to Good Dates Gone Bad. I'm your host, Lee, and this is my guest.
Peter.
Okay. Welcome to the show. What would you say is a good date to you?
Just anyone that I ever date that is honest. You can tell that at least they're honest and they laugh. Not anything I say. I like to make someone laugh. I think it's a good trait to try to make someone laugh.
If I was going to go out with a guy, that's definitely one trait you look for.
I just want them I just want to know they're having being themselves and having a good time. Mm-hmm. You know, the whole fake thing. So that's why I got off the internet for a reason. No longer on social media because everyone's not telling the truth. You know?
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to think that the girl is telling me the truth and having a good time.
Sure.
You know, so.
But what about a bad date? What's an example? Don't go into your story yet.
I had a girl one time.
A quick reading.
Real quick. Any girl that tells me what I should order for food.
Oh.
Isn't that a bad thing that someone else should do? Like that used to be the guys would order for women.
Well, I know, but I don't like that because I don't have that picky of taste. I like everything.
I can't eat like a steak after 8 just because my body will just reject it. It'll be a bad. I don't want to have indigestion all night. You know.
So you think it's a bad date if the girl orders food for you?
Oh yeah, anyone. If anyone even tries to order, like I just met you. It was the first date ever.
So that offends you? Huh.
Oh, it's silly. It's uncalled for. I guess it seems like it's signs that say she's going to be controlling. I guess I don't know.
Okay, sure.
There's certain times to be controlling, certain times not to be.
Well, tell me, you had a good date gone bad. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, I've had relationships that have gone really well and gone bad. I've had dates that have gone well and gone bad. Mm-hmm. But I'll pull out. So I'll use a relationship, kind of, for a
deal breaker
conversation.
The end of all ends.
So it's just. I mean, everything to me is funny, haha. In the end, now everyone I ever date, we break up. I'm still friends with them. I mean, you know everything about one another.
That's true. You should be able to keep a friendship. That's true.
You never run for president. You're going to find that out.
What is the saying? Keep your friends closer, your enemies closer.
You're damn right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But so I'll tell you the story about the girl I dated through a mutual friend. Who she told me that she goes, this girl started working with me, and she goes, she's just like you at work. Like she tell jokes. She's always having a good time. And my first thought was, is this going to be like a Seinfeld thing where you don't date someone else that's funny because you're competing for funny? You know?
I love Seinfeld. Yeah. I can relate.
And so I went out with her. And when the first time I went out with her, I was like, holy shit, this girl's freaking amazing. Like, she's hilarious to me. I was like, and then she knew all the Adam Sandler, the authorities, like the shampoo is good for your hair, conditioner is better, like all the Happy Gilmore stuff. So I'm like, this could be turned out really good or really, really bad. You just don't know. And I ended up dating her for a while, and we'd go out and do different things, and everything was great. Like, there was no... After the first 2 dates, I was just comfortable to go see her and hang out with her.
The awkward moments just weren't there.
And to me, the awkward moments
Which is rare, because a lot of people have awkward moments, like, right off the get-go.
Yeah. But the weird thing with awkward moments is that's what you make it. Like, if you try to save an awkward moment, you say the wrong thing.
Though. If you think about it, there's usually someone there that's trying to control something. So that becomes awkward because someone's just trying to have fun. Someone else is going, no, that's too much for me right now.
And it's just like those moments of silence when you're talking to everything. Like no one says a word. You're like, in your mind, you're like, the little mouse wheels going, you say something funny, something lovely. What do you say, And honestly, I am the worst. When I date someone, I love them. I tell them I love them all the time. But I have the hardest time going, oh, your hair looks wonderful tonight. Because when you joke all the time,
the compliment sounds
like a joke, and then blow it out your ass.
So they never really know if you're being complimentary
so I write stuff down. I'm always, when I date girls, I always write stuff down.
So you're a card giver. Okay.
Actually, no, not even cards, just a note.
Aw.
So no, and then little things like if you found this,
have a nice day.
You get 20% off a Smitty massage.
Oh, hey. Okay.
But I think that's a lost art. It's a lost art. But this girl was just like me to the point that I was like, we were competing with who can make the other person laugh all the time.
Yeah. But
it was kind of fun because then we would do go to the grocery shopping, and just throw something in the car, to go just do something different all the time. Get on the thing and ask for her to come to the front desk. Yeah.
That's cute.
So we got along great.
You're romantic.
I just think if you're going to be with somebody, they got to be compatible, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I'm like my dad, where I can't just sit there. And
He's
do
single,
nothing.
ladies. Just saying.
Working out, I'm getting lighter, getting taller, hair's growing more. So,
There you go.
So we dated, and the thing we started telling me about our family, just telling me about things, and start getting serious moments. Well, I'll be serious. I'll talk and always be open book, talk about anything. But she was the type of girl that was like, if it's the wrong time to be the wrong way, she would clam up, shut down. And that's what started getting into the sex life, too. Like, so everything was great, having a good time, but only if she was drunk, she would have sex. Yeah.
But you should definitely be able to be intimate, like sober, when you wake up in the morning and have conversations with people. It's like being able to have conversations. You should be able to talk to someone any time of day. It's just like intimacy. Intimacy is without stimulant.
Yeah. Especially first thing in the morning, obviously, no one's in their best mood.
Anything that alters your mood. Yeah.
First thing in the morning, if you could just roll over and just say, good morning, and rub someone's back. Like, hey, how you doing?
And be sweet.
And just get the cold shoulder, like. So all night long, I was like this on the side of the bed. I didn't say nothing. And I wake up, hey, good morning, sunshine. And then you get that,
Oh.
But she wasn't like that all the time. It was just when something was going on in her life, which I'll tell you about. She just would. I think she was the person that she was funny all the time. She had a hard way. She couldn't express herself.
Sure.
And so
she needed a therapist.
I don't. You say it's so true.
She didn't need you, but she definitely needed someone else
somebody
to
she
help
didn't know
her
to talk to her about stuff because I never believed in
never learned
therapists.
that. Therapists are very valuable.
We had a family issue happen in my life. It was really traumatic, and someone said you need to go see a therapist. I'm like, no, I'm not going to listen. I don't read self-help books. I'm not going to go see a therapist.
Yeah.
And I went and saw it. I was like, Jesus, that was the best thing ever.
And they pull everything out of you that's hurtful, that's actually poison.
Yeah.
You get it all out, and then before you know it, you feel cleaner. You just feel like
you feel better because
more
you told somebody your full story,
and then someone who's willing to listen to it, because not everybody wants to listen to your problems.
No, I don't.
Most people don't. They think you're being, party foul or something.
Well,
it's
shit,
like
how old
you just
are we?
want to, especially when you drink, and then you're like, I gotta tell you,
I gotta call somebody right now and tell them what's going on. I'm on a good day I'm 50 and a bad day I'm 51. But I've had a lot of my
52.
friends that they're like, man, do you have a second? I need to talk to somebody. I'm like, oh God, here we go. They're going through a divorce, and I gotta be, Dr. Phil.
Nice.
I gotta be Dr. Phil with these guys.
You gotta be the listener. I know.
But so that whole story was great. We were getting along and going out, and then I started realizing the step up to the sexual part was getting more and more crazy. Like I show up one night at her place, and she answers the door in like a trench coat, and she goes, "Come on, I'll take you outside." I'm like, "What the hell?" And she's been drinking wine all day. And she wants to run out into her parking lot in my truck. I had an SUV at the time. It's underneath the light, and she wants to have sex in my backseat.
In your backseat?
I'm stone cold sober, though.
But you're like,
Like, I just... Like,
some guys might like that, okay? But some guys are like, whoa, now wait a minute. This just sounds like crazy, like a little awkward. I would think, like, I can be adventurous.
Yeah.
But I'm also... need to kind of warm up to it. I don't just jump into it. I don't like wake up going, I'm gonna have my coffee, and husband going, come on, let's go have sex outside. No, I don't.
100%.
I don't do that.
And we were talking earlier, and I told you that when I'm with a girl, I want to make sure they're comfortable before the whole sex thing even starts.
Yes.
And obviously, people get drunk. We have, that's call it different. But if I'm stone cold sober, I want to have sex.
It should be.
And I'm not a big, let's go out in public and bang around.
No, I'm not a voyeur, and I'm not into that.
Unless I have a job.
People watching me. No. I know. Well, so what happened? So you did it?
I did it. I did my duty, signed up, I did everything I was supposed to do. And we went back inside, and she just like didn't say nothing. It was like, the conversation stopped. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I started to realize this girl, I think she may have emotional problems. So
she had intimacy problems. The intimacy problems were deeper than what you could solve. And she actually could have benefited from a therapist, and maybe not a sex therapist, but someone that could actually understand her connection with being one-on-one, right?
You're right.
You'd mentioned that her one-on-one was staggered. And sometimes she's good one-on-one, but you need the consistency one-on-one. That's how you build a relationship.
I want you to be you. Just be you. You don't have to change nothing.
Right.
If you're upset, let's talk about it. You can be upset. There's nothing. We get upset. Bad things happen.
You should be able to share your past and present and future. of you, and vice versa, and feel like it's in a trusted place, and you're comfortable, and no one's going to sabotage that.
Well,
And
anytime is fine except between 1 and 6 on Sundays when football's going. I'm kidding.
no, I'm a college football girl. So that's Saturday.
Saturday. Oh, damn it. No, I actually, it's funny. Is I got rid of cable. I don't even watch nothing anymore on TV. My life's 10 times better.
It is better.
I got rid of social media and everything. I was like, man, you can get a lot done.
You get a lot done. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell. Well, this is one example of social media that occupies my time, but these videos don't take up that much time.
No.
I appreciate you being here.
People can make it up in the first time they said they're going to come. But
Yeah.
Well, I'll get back to, so the girl, we're dating, everything's going smooth, and I'm noticing little things here and there. She's like, I think it's time to meet my parents. I was like, cool, that's fine. We'll go meet her parents. Well, my dad and mom live up on Lake Lanier. Look, that's fine. Don't think anything of it. And I've always driven pieces of shit all my life, and I just bought a Land Rover. It was a used Land Rover, but it was still nice to me.
Yeah.
You know? I'm driving, it looks great, and I go to pull into the place, and there's like a guy at the gate, you know. Who are you coming to see him? Ooh, it's a little swanky. I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
And I pull into their house, and it's like this, whoa, like this big old, I'm like, what the hell is this? What does their dad do? Like,
was it the gate that opened?
no, it was the gate open, but then the actual house was like
the house
overlooked,
was like
right down.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How many stories is like 2, 3
It was
stories?
like, but it was just all that stone and the lights,
It was
and
big,
like everything
and
was over the top.
oh, well, you're a landscaper, so all the landscaping, and you're like,
Like
hey.
the people obviously are either stealing money or rich.
No, this is day. I'm sorry, day or night.
This is coming we're coming to dinner. I'm coming for dinner.
So sun already gone
and
down.
she's never told me anything about her family.
So they had all the outdoor lights.
Really, everything's out there looking swanky. It's near Christmas time, so all the lights are out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, look at this, you know. Mm-hmm. So I pull in, get up, and I go out there, go inside, meet her whole family at the door. Everyone's nice. Her mom, her dad. She had a brother, and her sister was in college. She was coming that night, and so we sat down for dinner right away. Like, we came inside, discussion starts. We sit down for dinner. The first thing her dad does to me is goes, so, how old are you? I'm like, 30. And I think she was 26 or 25 at the time. And he goes, so you're 30? You don't own a house yet? And I'm like, yes, sir.
Right.
I'm like, okay, this came out of the blue, I guess. And she, to her credit, she was like, Dad, like, what the hell? You're gonna start the scrap already? So he was a major, big player, CFO in a huge company in Atlanta. He's a lot of money. And which I respect. I would never.
He was, yeah.
I don't judge anybody.
Typical dad.
You know?
I mean, look, any dad would be like that.
Well, after a while, I get to know the guy first. I would, it's. But
he's not gonna let you come in the door without it being, he wants to make sure that you are worthy to be there. But he's being a little bit much right now.
And I totally expect the test to come. I'm ready for it. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna answer honestly and just. And I remember the thing he said when he goes, you're 30, you don't own a house. I go, well, yeah.
I did not own a house at 30. Not everybody owns a house, and some people, if you own a house, that's a scary house.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's not going to be like
gonna put any blinds on the windows? There's no curtains. What the hell?
With all the Christmas lights on it, no.
They never take the Christmas lights off. They're on 24/7.
Not at 30. Nobody does that. You got a condo. People are 30. You're lucky to have back then. Look, you splurged for $150,000, $200,000 condo, right? Yeah. And a cute side of town with the after party. That's what you do. You don't have a house.
Well, a lawn. You got everything you have to take care of.
No, you got other things to do.
Yeah. And, it's funny.
You're not going to mow your lawn. You're right.
I know you're thinking the same way. When you're younger, you're like, I always say when I'm 30, I'm going to have 2 kids in a nice house, picket fence, and a dog. And I was like, I'm 24, I'm getting close. No, that's not going to happen, I don't think.
No, there's other priorities.
And not in Atlanta. I can't afford it.
And you were traveling.
Yeah. Well, no, so I played travel rugby. I was always gone for a long time, and I was, living in an apartment was great. And I play music, so, I'm not...
And you're a drummer.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I don't really care. I'm enjoying my life, and then I'm going to go travel. And I went to Italy, went a bunch of places, stayed there for months, had a great life, and still have a great life, but...
So you didn't have a dog and a house.
I did. It's funny. I did have a dog. I've always had dogs. I think dog to me is like a moment every day after work. It's an unconditioned love. It's so awesome.
I love dogs.
It's so awesome. I mean, I'll be honest with you, cats is kind of the same way. I mean, Except
I got two
they
cats
shit
now. I used to have a dog. I started off with a dog, and then I got the husband, and then I got the kid.
Well, I got a clean litter box. That's why.
Not only clean, that's called the kitty cat door. I don't clean the litter box.
Good job.
No.
That's the one thing my dad is always like, I'm not getting an animal that shits in the house. Like
mine does not.
Well, I do, Dad.
So this guy, the dad is like 20 questioning you, right?
He says all this, he does all this, and we start. I basically said to go, well, you know what? I've played rugby all my life. My knees are real bad. I want to be able to travel and walk and enjoy places before I'm old.
Sure.
And decrepit.
Before the arthritis
and most of my
kicks in
family dies like in their late 50s and 60s. Everyone's, we're short and stocky. We just what it is. And he kind of kept it up, and she got so mad that she's like, we're done talking. We're done. And then the mom jumps in and goes, I'm so sick of you doing this. Like you could tell it's like that 70s show moment.
He does that thing. He does this thing with the daughters, and she was the oldest of the children?
She was the oldest, yep.
So that's why he's like, look.
The first one's going to make it right, My legacy's going to go somewhere.
That's right.
And so that kept going, and all of a sudden there's a ring at the doorbell. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe this will be my skip route right here.
Yeah.
And it was his other daughter coming in, and she jumps in and comes first. She's like, you play drums? She jumps up, she goes, come upstairs, let's play. Like, we're just sitting down to eat. And he goes, not right now, we're eating. She goes, I think she kind of said, screw you, Dad, I went up here. And we played drums for like 35 minutes.
That's why the dad has problems, because the girls just do whatever the hell they want to do.
Well, the younger ones do, because he can't control them. And we were all up there, and he comes up and knocks, and he goes, can I get 5 minutes of your time? I want to apologize.
Oh.
And I'm like, you come over here and apologize right now. And I didn't
like,
say that. I go, no, you don't have to apologize. Don't worry about it. He goes, let's go. We went outside, and he just wanted to show me his other garages in the backyard with the antique cars that he has. And it's funny, we had a good conversation.
It's actually nice that he pulled you aside.
Yeah. I think he felt bad.
Where was your date this whole time?
I think she was pissed, but we were both making fun of him. We were upstairs playing drums. But,
so you're making fun of the daddy and your date. You're like,
yeah, it's just
this is way too much too.
But that's why I liked her, because she was a ball breaker, and But the weird thing is, my parents are nothing like that. My parents are like, nice to meet you. We come from small beginnings. We don't have much, but we know you're welcome in our house. So just kind of keep it simple. Are you an asshole?
Yeah, right.
But don't let my mom find out. My mom's name's Karen. She will go after her. Before Karen was a thing.
So whatever happened with that girl? How did it end badly?
Well, so eventually she ended up. We were seeing each other, and like it helped her move into her new place. And then she was like, having problems. She's having internal problems. Like we weren't having any sex at all because her stomach was killing her and all stuff. And she ended up having an infection in her uterus. Place. And I get a phone call from her. She goes, "Hey, I'm admitting myself in the hospital right now." I said, "Well, I'm coming up there." She goes, "No, I can do it myself." And I go, "No, I'm coming up to." She goes, "No, I don't need your help."
You were trying to go and be supportive.
And she goes, "My mom's here." I go, "I don't care if my mom's there. Tell me what hospital are you in? I'm going to come up there and see you."
Yeah, you cared about her.
And that was her way of ending everything. She wanted to end it like that. She goes, "No, the more I think about it, just don't bother me anymore. I'll call you when I need to call you."
Oh my gosh!
And right then I was like, so.
All of your effort and energy.
I think her way of being fun and friendly was her hiding herself being fragile in some way. Mm-hmm. Maybe brought on by her dad being the way he was. Maybe, who knows? Past relationships. I have no idea. But the fact that a girl's going through a problem and I want to be there, that's one of the things to me that in my life that I don't care what the problem is. I want to be there for you. Anyone that doesn't want to be there when one of their friends is sick or their lover's sick, why would I not be there? Right. And the fact she wouldn't tell me where she was. Then I'm looking up all these hospitals. And then my friends are going, dude, she'll show up, she'll be mad at you. Because she told you not to come. I'm like, you're right. And then later on, I think she got mad that I didn't go find it out and not show up. So I'm wrong when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong when I'm right.
See, right? You can't win.
And I said, so why are you doing all this? She goes, I just need some changes in my life. And she wanted to break up.
But I said, but we won't bash her. No. Evidently, the person that she's dating now is.
Well, first of all, Jesus. You saw all that, folks. We're always here.
It's okay. We're going to reach underneath and get the paper towels. So we're going to pretend this
we do two things at the same time. I like to bring out a little excitement when I get on TV. Long story short, she ended up meeting somebody else who was a supposed tattoo artist.
Oh gosh, which is her dad's nemesis. Poor
the one
guy.
thing I don't want is a guy that's poor.
That's like the worst thing I
dirty.
ever want from nothing wrong with look the people that like to get tattoos.
No, I love them. They're
great. Those people pair together. But when you're someone that doesn't do tattoos and then you're with someone
when you're a rich person that watches TV and sees only people that have tattoos are evil, like less than me people.
Right.
So that just drove him insane.
Sure.
And she ended up having 2 kids with this guy. And from what I've heard, like I stopped staying in touch, and my friends all stopped staying in touch with her. She was miserable. And I ran into her one time at a local Publix by my house. She was coming out, and I didn't even recognize her. She was staring at me. I'm like, and I just remember turning around going, I won this challenge.
Well, have you ever seen, okay, this is something that we don't have time to read a story, but this is good.
Okay.
No, this is good. Because obviously a story is long enough. But,
Sorry.
have you ever run into, well, this is an example, but I actually ran into someone that I'm friends with on Facebook that I knew when I was in high school, friend of a friend, that I had saw him online. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such and such. And then I ran into them at a local like restaurant bar near my family beach house. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's you. And they looked at me and they were trying to find me.
Really?
I could tell they were scanning my eyes and my nose.
Yeah.
I know those things have changed.
Yeah.
They were scanning me to try to find me. And I'm like,
do you not?
Really? But we never dated. It was nothing like that. We were just friends. But it was one of those funny things. I remember seeing that. I'm like, I saw the scan. I was like, that's hilarious.
I mean, it's funny when something like that, because most people, you can tell if you've been friends a long time.
I mean, when you're in your 50s, that happens more than when you're younger. Because when you're younger, we still look the same. But once you hit 50, and my husband is 11 years older, he jokes with me and says, when you turn 50, you're going to see everything changes. I'm like, that does not. And it does.
It does. It happens like that.
Because it does.
Like, what the hell's that?
It's like your metabolism slows, all these different things. Yeah. But your face, for whatever reason, we continue to morph. Okay, we change. So anyway, but I'm really glad that you shared that story. And what did you feel like you learned from that story?
It's funny. In all honesty, it's like, well, that's the way I think. I don't think that way. I don't think the way. Yeah. I would never make a choice in a relationship based on what the person did for a living, or, well, maybe for a living if they were a drug dealer. But if they were just based on finances, it's just.
I think the dad had actually sold it wrong off the get-go and programmed his kids. Yeah. The wife caught on and was like, stop doing that. Yeah. But the programmed the kids that you have to look for these certain things, and which makes them rebel.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like that girl that you dated totally rebelled and went all the way to the other end.
Worse after we broke up.
That's, I mean, I feel
bad for her. I mean, she was... she was really attractive, good girl. She was fun. It's just.
And look at you, no tattoos.
No tattoos.
I mean, what the hell?
Not until when I get my first one when my father is gone from the earth. We've already talked about it, designed it already, so we'll do it.
That's nice.
But, it's it's relationships are what they are. And if you change for somebody, you're screwing yourself over. You be yourself. People have to accept for you for who you are.
That's true.
I mean, you see it happen all the time. It's not
they do.
Good.
That's the worst thing you can do. You should definitely remain true to yourself. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we appreciate you tuning in. And stay tuned for more Good Dates Gone Bad. And be sure to like and subscribe to the video, and please share with other people so that they can learn something. Okay, sometimes we have lessons learned. So. Cheers. He can't cheers because he spilled his drink.
I got a little bit left.
We're going to cheers the little bit he has left. All right.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.